19 games in 4 days. 21 games, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. And Brendan Gallagher is playing the best hockey I think he has in 5 years. At least 21 games, 6 goals. Best players come over from the KHL, no problem with that transition. But that's easy. And so with Denzel being numbers, we'll see if he has any struggles with the change of his culture, the change of language, the change of league, change of everything. Or it's a hockey to him and it's easy. So then on the side, we get to the blue line. Atkinson is seeing the offense dry up because all of those opportunities he's getting last season have gone to Wayne Hudson, the right for the zone. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points in 21 games from 4 Nathan. Terry, 4 assists in 21 games, still a solid pickup from Nashville. Kate Gould, 6 games since his return, 2 assists for him in that time period. Wayne Hudson continues to put up ridiculous numbers, 21 games, 3 goals, 20 assists, 22 points. Very likely to win Calder. Demidov is going to be a favorite to win it next year. He is. I would not be surprised if he does either. He's not going to play enough games between now and the end of the season not to be eligible for Calder. And if Montreal has some success in the playoffs, if they stay above that playoff line, that's good experience for him as well, and can really help him to get into the regular season the following year. Struble on 7 assists and 4 defended. A bit more of a struggle for him lately, but honestly, as the backup, fine. Franklin,
we just want to slaughter.
Games, his play has really dropped off in the second half. The season and a half would be a lot. Just 8 games played, that's 4 games, 2 goals. For the better, 8 games played, no points. 27 goals to 7 games. And Owen Beck did not play 6 games with 1 assist. And Beck is still seen as a pretty good prospect on the Montreal. He's down from a lot of good young talent. And I think this half squad is just a good for a while. I really appreciate how the work done by St. Hughes to get here. And I think it's remarkable just how quickly Montreal's got his offense to work through the league to being a playoff team. There's a lot of GMs, I would think, rebuilding teams that are going to look at how Montreal did it and take the lead. Might be something similar to this. Now, their points percentage currently is at .552. That is the best points percentage in 2018-2019 when they had 585 points percentage. So this team played really well. And 2009-2010, when they went on that Cinderella run as the bottom seed taking the playoffs, they had points percentage of 537. So this team has actually got a better points percentage than the ones on the run. Now, yeah, with Carol Block. That was Carol Block putting Montreal on the back and going, all right, we'll just maybe through Washington, and he did. And it went really well for the Montreal Canadiens. They did lose the conference final, but no one expected them to lose the conference final that year. And yeah, it was a remarkable run. And then 2010-2011, they went to Carey Price and lost the last double. There was a lot of consternation on that perspective. At this point in time, there's none of that kind of drama. It's only positive. It's all positive for Montreal. And I can't remember the last time I saw this. Like, Reinbacher's still on his way. Look at this blue line. That's a good blue line. You're going to have Reinbacher for that next season. And Fowler could very well be the backup goaltender next year. Fowler looks pretty darn good. So the contract is not yet done. But when it is, you've got to think he has to play something. If Demidov's going to be effective, you kind of have to get into the top 6 goals. The debate will be out there about, well, you want to give him that ice time and he can earn it. With players of Demidov's ilk, he is seen as the most talented National Hockey League player, who up until today was not in the National Hockey League, a well-drafted player today. So Montreal may have got themselves a real steal on this one.
Yeah, we made study improvement. Well, that's all that fucking matters.
I think take some of the sting out of Reinbacher being drafted. Wanted to play for the Flyers. He wanted to be in Philadelphia. And so drafting Reinbacher, I still think his work out just fine. And with all the moves that were made by this team this season, I like Montreal's chances maybe. Maybe they do well in the first round, but just making the playoffs. And all of these good young players and still some solid prospects on the way. Montreal could be a wagon for a while. This is a team that could absolutely be a wagon for a while. The only sadness I have in this is as a Boston fan, that I can't see Boston Montreal in the playoffs. That's too bad. And I say this even knowing this Montreal team could be capable of upsetting Boston in the playoffs. There's just something playoffs, something very different from my team, my childhood, where they played all the time against one another, and I never complained that they played each other every year. I thought it was great. So maybe we'll get there again with Boston's going to have to go through their rebuild first, but maybe it'll take a little bit longer than it did in Montreal. I do think Campbell did a great job. I think Marty Saint-Louis been the perfect coach for them, for the team going through the whole rebuild they've done. And adding Demidov, how much more dangerous could it make them? A lot, actually. And the fact that he's going to be on that second line in all likelihood really beats up that front end. And will make them very good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you're a Habs fan, how optimistic are you about not just this year but beyond? I'm going to say you could be very optimistic. This team looks pretty darn.
Butterfly Max is a complete property access control solution, providing a secure, convenient, and
what perfect timing for everything here. I'm sitting in my chair, watching the intermission between Vancouver and Dallas, having just wrapped up watching the Montreal Canadiens game against the Detroit Red Wings. Two of my favorite teams going head-to-head in a playoff-esque level of importance matchup today, as the Wings, slightly behind Montreal in the wild card race. Montreal trying to hold on to that lead. The Wings, of course, have games in hand, so this game right here was going to be for all the marbles. And guess what? Montreal, who already had a higher percentage odds of making the playoffs based off of the points in the games played, end up getting a massive 2 points in regulation, pulling down the Red Wings' chances by, let's go over to moneypuck.com. I should have had this open beforehand, but the Red Wings, because they lost this game in regulation 4-1, their playoff odds drop 5.1%. They are now at 0.5. The Montreal Canadiens, on the other hand, because they beat Detroit in regulation, their playoff odds are now at 96.3%. So the Montreal Canadiens took as much time as they needed to get things going. And the ultimate verdict with this going down is a 96% marker of making the dance. Habs fans, I think we can comfortably say
I guess.
the playoffs.
I'm wondering if Nashville had a trick.
And Ivan Demidov is going to join the team later too, so that's ridiculous. Man, is it the perfect time to be the Montreal Canadiens fan? Is it not? Let's talk about this game, though, between Montreal and Detroit, because, of course, I want the Wings, too. It's unfortunate to see them falter in the ways that they did in this game, but still, there are other conversations to be had about this squad. Like the fact that they had a super stellar start. The Detroit Red Wings outshot Montreal 23-4 in the first period of the game. They were leading 1-0 at the halfway mark of the first period, with a beautiful goal scored by Dylan Larkin. It's Patty Kane who walks right in, down the wing, tosses it towards the goal, and Larkin's there on the back door. That was the 14th shot of the period, just 10 minutes in for Detroit. Montreal, at that stage of the game, only had 3 shots. So Detroit was absolutely taking it to the Habs in the first 20 minutes of this hockey game. And if you're a Wings fan, you love to see it. You love to see the momentum swinging so hard in your team's way. Such a big cushion of scoring chances and opportunities that the Wings built for themselves.
Oh, wow, that was such easy trade.
But they only beat Montembeau that one time. Second period comes, and the Wings start to lose a little bit of steam. They only had 9 shots on goal in the second. The Habs had 7, but the only goal scored in the second period, it's none other than Cole Caulfield. He doesn't get an assist on this play, but Lane Hudson is an absolute wizard, keeping the puck in at the blue line and dangling the pants off of, I think it was Jonathan Berggren. Just a total baller move to spin around the guy, open up the space, and backhand it over to the other teammate he had. Beautiful play. Over, finds himself to Mike Matheson, tosses it towards the goal. The rebound is there, and Cole Caulfield puts it through the Red Wings goaltender. 1-1 game as Cam Talbot gets beat. That's the only goal of the second. In the third period, it's Josh Anderson, assisted by Christian Dvorak and Brendan Gallagher. What a crazy combination of players who have gone out there and just started scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring in the fourth quarter of this season. The play is beautiful. It's played down low. Gallagher gets it over to Dvorak, who does a beautiful cross-crease backdoor play out in front for Josh Anderson.
Oh fuck.
Right
Anderson could
right
shits.
15th on the season. Dvorak, we've made videos on him already. He has been scoring the lights out like crazy. Anderson, of course, getting up involved there too. He also had 2 empty netters scored by Montreal. Brendan Gallagher from Josh Anderson, and Nick Suzuki from Jake Evans and Alexandre Carrier. That Gallagher goal, man. Such a dagger to the Detroit Red Wings. The Wings had all the pressure, they had all the zone time, they had the momentum, but they could not even muster up a shot on goal. And it gets freed up. Anderson drops it off. Gallagher is there. Long range snipe, right dead set into the middle to the empty net. That's his 21st goal on the season.
Damn, 80 overall. Shit, okay.
For Brendan Gallagher in the latter parts of this season. Then Nick Suzuki. Like right away after the Habs scored the first empty net, they got possession again and the Wings didn't have the goalie, so Suzuki gets right in and gets another one. His 28th on the year. Suzuki with 58 assists and 28 total goals. If you do the math on that, 60 plus 30 is 90, minus 2 is an 86. Nick Suzuki is at 86 total points. He needs 4 more points to hit 90 on the season.
If you're someone that suffers from having sensitivity, but you want them wider, I recommend Cincinnati slip away.
And he's got 4 games left. Can he do it? We'll see if it's possible. Maybe it's a lot more possible with Ivan Yanidov feeding him the puck. But ultimately, this was a game where Montreal stayed composed. Montreal was able to weather the storm. Detroit had an absolutely crazy start to the game, but they could not contain the Habs' response, and they weren't able to keep it up into the second and third periods. The Montreal Canadiens weathered the storm. They were able to get back into it. It's not really the best formula for winning hockey games, of course, going down 20-something to 4 and shots on goal in a period, whilst being outchanced like crazy. It's not ideal, but to see the Montreal Canadiens stay composed and inevitably wait for the win.
To get 89 points, there's Marco Casper, 21st birthday today. He was drafted into the NHL in this building by Steve Eisenman. Josh Anderson has been a real catalyst, a real difference maker. Came in to take the draw against Larkin, and the Canadians control it. Back to Matheson, watch to the middle. What's there? Was on it back into the zone.
He is getting a cup drink stitching. It's already $1 million.
Yeah, never really got the contract.
Ooh, you have some accuracy.
It's knocked down onto the stick of Jake Evans, but it didn't get out there. Broken stick from Anderson. Look at play right.
Oh, Will Smith isn't even yet. Shit. Okay. Damn, Houston didn't even get to 2.
Did it in 93 games. Then he did it in 115 games. Jim Larkin hard on his shot. To break it, able to knock it down. That one back to the line, to run to Sutter. Top of the right, good for the shot. Didn't get to the goal. Larkin in front, comes down to Sutter again. Down for Surratt, back to Sutter. Sutter played it through, but unable to handle it quickly with Kane. All that did was the City got rocked by Ben Surratt. He gets up, roll, done. On the global street, that's how long it's been. It's got 84 points to lead Montreal in its state bundle. Here comes Rock with the first big one. Here on the ball. First of all, the Congress ran out of real estate.
A German defenseman. Damn, this team. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what this fucking team can do in the future.
The goal post and then throw bomb. Not much he could do there. Last bit of stressful. That's 76 shots of the LA Kings. In the early weeks of the month.
I wonder how Soderblom playing. Oh wow. Damn, that's actually not bad. Okay, he's my third line center for next year. Jack Thompson played really well too. Yeah, come on.
Like he did a couple of games ago on the far side, the Demo this time, he's looking and watching.
Oh, we're signing you for AHL.
That's it. There's a perfect layout. Set up by number 88. Holy mackerel. There's having a race if you're Dylan Larson. This is now the third of the trip. Montreal on their heels don't get many. Think that feels good about that. The lucky bump can get into a lockdown goal. It is something that takes direction completely. There's a wonderful guy to hang like this. That's the long thing. Ownership. That's been all those fire.
Yeah. Williams' brother needs to be signed.
Montreal has a serious criticism.
Also, good contract, $2 million for 2 years. That's actually not too bad at all. I'll buy I'll do girls too. Extra 2, yeah, that's right. I don't care about the buyouts, and this one's signed Ekman right now. Sad price I have to pay for that. There we go. Mr. Ekman, welcome to your brother's team.
Hudson's got his hands on it. Will he get a point? No. But nonetheless, Summerfield finds the garbage with bodies everywhere. The smallest guy in the pile. And he comes up with a loose puck right there. And slides underneath Cam Calvin is on the game. Adding to his career high in points with 67.
How do you go? Billy Husso had a strong season.
Dirty bounce in the corner, right into the slot off the goal post. It's Dooley back there. Down off the stick and up over the net. On the four right there. Wide open. And unfortunately for Conver. Oh, by. Brings it there for Raymond. Raymond down on the back of the top. Walked off the speed of the right back to him. They're breaking again. Back in front. He's jumping right across the street. He just get it there. And Kane gets his shot. Interfered with by the defensive Matheson. Trying to get it up over the Montreal goal. Montreal with a couple of
Years play with the top of the runs in the last week. Now with 17 items in both.
Now with the rest of the East, so he's ready to go. And say he's on 11-7 so far tonight, Ken. Back in front, and he has had some late game savers of a spectacular variety lately. Are able to bring it back in. Raymond able to recover again. Leading by taking a lot of time to figure
I don't think Mark jumped over a piece of it. I have to see it again, but it's what you're it's electric. Led by number 40, the rookie defenseman, Tarasenko was gripped and Hoffman in the middle. Played ahead. 500 to forget. They hold it, Mark Johansson will have to put it back on her. Too bad. I don't care if you get a penalty or not. They'll give you time to stay. Yeah, you're going up at that point. If you're going 20, you're going 20 up top. Yeah. You can finish the play if you're ready to play, but you want it. Back it comes for Hudson. Larkin to Lincoln, falls into the back. A back for Sider. For Lincoln. It's to the first game. Montreal teams are one guy. He doesn't miss. He does. And the Montreal Canadiens are a minute and 8 seconds away. A couple of months ago, when everybody had walked in, Montreal had no chance to make a run. Easy to say that.
Oh my god. This seems to be fucking disgusting. I need to probably sign a veteran, I think. Or somebody.
This delectable canola ramen recipe will put it into your drive-through dinner rituals. Throw that canola bouillon into your midnight tasting combo of delightful carrots and a rich touch of punch.
It's pretty good. That's what the city will get a lot on it. And so we'll go
with that puck. Did he get up in time? Dallas moving to score. Gets his 15th point. It's still in Dallas. And gets the opening goal of this one. Their bodies out of there with the epic kill, and they keep just trying to find pucks in front. They'll caught it off the three bench. Got pucks to pass in the back, and it moves it right out. Give me that tracking, moves the pass, gets it back, and Martin comes in and goes upstairs. Protection on the 17 games. In the big fight, a puck December 27th, and even Sturzer. Trying to go through the block, and it's still going. Sam Steele. That's a goal. Steele makes something out of nothing. Drives to that hole, and then thinks he's going to elevate it. It's not getting the sign. Genuinely, now Brandon takes the back to the side. Put it on. Now Ben again. And they score. Hughes will start from behind his own. Fires up the right wing to Garland after faking a drop pass. Here's the Brooks. Round the goal. It's a hit on a play. 22 here for St. Louis. As he puts it off the speed of H. Smith. The Brooks with 2 goals on the Smith. And a 3-1. The aggressive leading the blue paper and he's better himself. And the Brooks. Plus, his shot misses off the back of the left pad. And the Smith do it. The Smith just off the stick. Here's Brooks. Back to MC. Scores. Central MC for one out. He's chasing the Smith, and the Gums are 2 for 2 in the power play. Still working. On the double winner. And it's the Gums that has eyes. He gets to the streak on the front of the tunnel next to Mary. This goes past the Smith Walker. The Warriors saw one of the officials of it. You think they'll look at that shot, and I wonder if he's thinking in that place. The statement that could be a hit on for Alex. Defending for 3 points.
Markov returns. He will square off with Austin Matthews. To begin tonight's game, our lineup brought to you by Taco Bell. And you will see them appear across your screen. And the Panthers. Jordan is sealed by Markov. Right off the jump. That's up Reinhardt. That's not to hold up by Wall. So right back where they pick it up where they left off. And he certainly, as you said, has a confidence in his group. More about how they're playing than the results right now. That would have to be the case. They're going to hold 4-1 in their last 5. If that's right, his body took one draw full yardage. And right now, the third time they're going to be in a settled fourth. Robinson drops. Harry to the center. He heads to the net. Bobrovsky. And he gets saved his first set of the night. Well, that just gets player that puts Factor in. Puts them up. Take away by Myers. There's the outlet. The center is Sylvia across the line. Sylvia gets it back to Myers. That allows the Panthers to change. Hammered around by Riley.
Riley jumped into play there. He's been down a little bit his numbers this year, but they're hoping they get to Brandon Carlos and just make sure he's such a strong stay-at-home defenseman that they be able to free him up a little bit.
On the pass, there's Bobrovsky on 9.
Even a little bit, because these players are not really playing at all. They're just very happy got Toronto trying to box them up. We've got some key racers trying to make their way. And that movement coming across is going to be brilliant goals for them to get in.
Couldn't get it past Fulton. Big steps up. Big carry to the red line. He brings it across the Toronto line. There's no ball off the pad of wall. I have a collision. Across the Magnum. Right down. Against the ice. One down. Off the redirect. Goes to Lee. Okay, a little bit by McMahon. Close one left, Riley. There goes Nylander. Back to Riley. In the high slot. And then using Smith. Already McMahon. Reinhardt spins it around. They're Hickey. At the half wall. Leads for Barkov. Keeps the stick at front. He's losing the crease. Available for a moment. Until the top out of arm's way on Tennessee. Three in the slot. And there's Nebuchadnezzar. Just getting it down. And to play. Goes to the deck. And shot off the top of the wall. With this home run to settle for seven. Not officially a shot on net. Because it's minutes. And counted. That's the last shot on goal for the lead. Here's Smith. Long ready to fly. Off the equal. And he almost tucked it behind him. The territorial advantage continues here in Jason Park. For Florida. Martin Center floated off the blocker. Top wall. First to the blocker Rodriguez.
Another example that get the puck even go after it. It's turning the Toronto defenseman around.
Williardi on net. Now left by wall. He's got it back. Martin puts the room. There's a sneaker look down. Good speed on the front net. And that was picked up by wall. Good hit by Martin. Frees up. Watch out for a full good shot that's strapped by wall.
They need some help from Montreal. Losing the game here now.
Montreal down. Gets a return from Barkov. Another safe thing to the locker by wall. And Larson.
There you friggin' fox.
They do look faster.
Coming with a drop. There's a rip shot. Steps on the line. He checks it for the first time.
But what a great period. The Panthers had 5:45 of offensive zone time to compare that to the Leafs only 6:44. That is a dominant period.
He beat Bobrovsky on the stick side and caught the iron.
But okay, that he was well positioned. They didn't see him.
One hit out. Steps over the wall and pops up in the air. And Bedard settles it down. The outlet pass Lawrence. Lost by Nylander. Swept ahead by Lawrence. Holds to the forehand. Down to Lawrence. It's 37. And we're tied at one.
And Broccoli, that he understands how much space he has. He has to take Smith, who's gotten back a little bit. So makes him a little out of position, he's flat-footed, and hits.
His best goal for Johnson Lawrence in his last 10 games. He's got 15 points total in his last 10 games. And here he is on the forecheck. Playing one to Riley. The drive. He's on Bobrovsky. And a return. Jones across the Barkov. Barkov blocks it in. Holds to the half wall now. Fires playing. It's traffic in front. Hoping to the deflection of Martin. The blocker sends in by wall. Gets outside by Jones. Reinhardt down to the comes to the front line for Hickey. Another driver to Devin Davis. Playing the stuff on home with Martin.
Right, obviously you want to score, especially as you get closer and closer to the playoffs. Special teams become important, but
Tim Larson out of the box. We are back inside the side. But continued pressure to the Panthers from the conflict still.
yeah, it's already been something like that. I think they generated.
And saved by Wall. It covers up on the edge of the crease. Lundell that time. Getting to a point where he might be able to return.
Yeah, he's out full skate and that's ready.
Or like a shot that time. Gathered in by Wall.
He's got his confidence too. He comes on the ice here. He's awesome. Coming up, he starts using the stick to direct the pass up to Marner. When you're firing out to Marner, that's a pretty good confidence.
Stop. Matthews. Centers. Nylander. Up the stick in the way. Brooks on.
Yeah, it's just great. It's all the way across. And, and you look at it, the perfect time right where you can one-time it, but you took it, settled it, and then you got Bobrovsky. Just that split second time you get all the way across. Great anticipation by Bobrovsky.
We're going to
Tony Finkel was free agent. He's on the power play in front of the net. He's been playing on the best chances team on the penalty kill. What a big ball where he said he's trying to manage his bench. He said he get more tired. So nothing.
He found the stickable tremendous, and he was able to squeeze it down forward against the Panthers. But similarly,
This is a great look because that puck off the back wall, one of the toughest things for goaltenders to try to look over their shoulder, puck coming from behind the net, and he's trying to hug that near post Joseph wall and make sure it doesn't sneak in there, and instead will try to be able to get this. The stick area is a little bit bouncing puck and it comes in.
it's caught up on Texas. Rose leaves the ball to the back.
But if he was asleep, how about that? You look up and you see number 34 right in front of you. And then
Hospital free on to the cross the line. Go. Ball. Loses the slot. It's Martin. Same bottle. Good for Brad Martin.
stay with the process here. He drafted and hit the really good shot that Joseph ball that might off a little bit. Big glove save, but Martin really hungry. Yeah, just that 1 point through the
On a close pass to Dolan. Martin overstates it. That's what it's going to be. It's for the circle.
Your past is a mystery, my past is mysterious. We not even serious, are you being serious? I know it's not easy dealing with what you're dealing with, but maybe
Oh, yeah, this is another one of those spooky intros. Anyways, I'm Joey God and Snake here, and to call Skyrim a large game may be a bit of an understatement. The title that gives us a massive open world, rich in stories to hear, people to meet, and things to do. But as is the case with any Elder Scrolls game, Skyrim is also a land that leaves us asking many questions that the canon lore fails to address. As a result, the community has developed a plethora of interesting theories and fascinating hypothetical explanations to describe what the game won't or can't. So today we'll be taking a look at 5 more amazing, strange, and spooky theories in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Part 6. Starting off. Oh, this one's one of my favorites we've ever covered. The first theory concerns the Dark Brotherhood. Specifically, it argues that the Children of Honorable Orphanage will be its next generation of assassins. Let me explain. At the end of the Brotherhood's questline, the only surviving assassins are yourself, the Redguard Vizier, the vampiric child Babette, and maybe Cicero. That's it. You 3, or 4, are the only members left of the 5. However, these severely depopulated. Seriously, at one point they had sanctuaries all across the continent. Now, they're down to 1. So clearly, if anyone wishes to stay and live on, some recruiting is desperately needed. Well, the first Dark Brotherhood contract you're given, of course, before you actually join or even know much about the guild, begins when a young runaway orphan named Aventus Aretino mistakes you for one of their assassins, and requests that you murder Grilla the Kind to death, the inappropriately named headmistress of the orphanage he once lived at. She's quite an evil woman,
and your first introduction to her will be listening in as the elderly lady scolds the children she's supposed to be caring for, threatening beatings and swearing they will never be adopted because nobody wants them. So killing her probably won't be a very hard thing to bring yourself to do. After she dies and the quest is completed, the real Brotherhood obviously finds out, and they're a tad upset, beginning the Dark Brotherhood questline in earnest. That said, immediately after Grillin's death, the children in the orphanage will start cheering, but they won't just celebrate the death of their former head mistress. They'll also sing the praises of the Dark Brotherhood. This theory argues that with the DB in desperate need of members by the end of the events of the Elder Scrolls V, these kids could very well be the ones to refill its ranks. They all have a pretty high opinion of the organization, viewing them as their saviors. They have years to train, and it's not like they have families or jobs to worry about whenever they do leave the orphanage, making them the perfect candidates. But that, one of the guild's only guaranteed survivors, being a vampiric child also sort of fits into this narrative well, of the Brotherhood being rebuilt by a bunch of kids. No matter what happens, the organization of assassins is down to no more than 4 people, and it needs to get new members from somewhere. Next on our list, among Skyrim's more interesting mysteries, is why there are no Fulgur on Solstheim, and why there are no Reiklings on Skyrim itself. Long ago, before it became an island, Solstheim was connected to Skyrim. But in the battles that occurred during Nirak's failed uprising against the dragon overlords, the region was separated and pushed into the Sea of Ghosts. The Fulgur, of course, are an odd offshoot of the Snow Elves, who, after being brought to the brink of extinction by Nordic invaders thousands of years ago, sought refuge with the Dwemer, under the condition that they consumed a mysterious blue fungus that took away their sight. Generations of eating this fungus, in combination with underground life, transformed them into these disgusting creatures we now know and love. With Fulgur pockets being found in caves all across Skyrim, and considering the fact that they joined the dwarves long before Solstheim became an island, while it was still a part of the mainland, it doesn't make much sense why there's no Fulgur there too. Well, some suspect that there's a good reason they're not around. Reiklings. The Fulgur of Solstheim were brought to extinction by the pesky blue munchkins. Much like the deformed snow elves, Reiklings also have a love for occupying vast caves. And assuming they were both around at the same time, this almost certainly would have opened up potential for a serious series of conflicts. Conflicts the Reiklings won. Now, these angry Smurfs are shrouded in mystery themselves. We don't know much about the Reiklings regarding their origins or their society structure. In fact, in the Elder Scrolls series Blood Moon DLC, we learn that the Skull Lords indeed believe that they're the ancestors of the Snow Elves too. So one could also reasonably think that these two types of creatures are related to each other. Maybe when Solstheim split, the Fulgur here weren't mysteriously killed off, but instead, just started to evolve a bit differently. Whatever the true story here is, only the Reiklings may know, and the Reiklings aren't talking. At least, not in words that we can understand. Going into the region, the Dragon Cult is only referred to as the government of dragons and their priests that ruled over the north of Skyrim and Athora from the beginning of the Merethic era up until the North Rebel shortly before the First Era. Like so much else we've discussed today already, we're missing quite a bit of information about the Dragon Cult. Apparently during this time, dragons held all the power in society, though they didn't have much concern for the affairs of their born subjects regarding day-to-day life. So they delegated most of the actual ruling and administration of their empire, if you want to call it that, to loyal dragon priests, who worship the beasts and manage their land and people for them, writing laws, collecting taxes, doing government stuff. Eventually, our Nordic friends grew sick and tired of living under what they considered to be an oppressive regime, and revolted, sparking a war, creatively named the Dragon War, in which, after much bloodshed, the Domas were expelled from Skyrim, and their followers mostly killed.
Luella, new Guardian UV brightening cream. Immediately skin looks brighter. With a glow.
However, something many have told us to question is why didn't the North revolt sooner? Well, we already sort of know the answer to this one. From what we know, initially life under the Dragon Cult wasn't really that bad. harshly, executing their subjects without trial, and even reverting to human sacrifices. Practices the dragons themselves either couldn't be bothered to stop or outright encourage. So now one might ask, why the change in demeanor? What caused the dragons
do I actually need a right-handed
alt-right leaders into tyrants?
forward, probably second line?
We don't know. However, many in the Elder Scrolls community point to Mirac. You see, right around the time the dragons started becoming full-on dictators, Mirac, who of course at the time was one of their priests, attempted to seize power from them and started a war of his own. Do keep in mind, Mirac wasn't revolting for the sake of the people or common good or anything like that. He just wanted to become a king/god in his own right. Remember, this conflict is what created Solstheim. In due time, Mirac lost, badly, fled to oblivion, and the dragons remained in power. Though some suspect that this war is what led to the dragon cult really cracking down on their subjects. Now aware that their power could be directly challenged, perhaps Skyrim's dragon overlords became more strict to maintain their authority. Obviously, if this was the case, it backfired tremendously, but I never said they were geniuses. Additionally, if the cult was truly evil before the time of Mirac, why didn't the North back him? Yeah, he was only in it for himself, but surely if they were even half as bad as everyone claims, Mirac could have been perceived as a much better alternative. So, while the Dragon Priest was ultimately defeated in this failed uprising, maybe his actions indirectly led to one that achieved much better results. For one spot, during the Dawnguard DLC questline, if you side with the Dawnguard against the vampires, the player will be given a quest to rescue a priest of Arche named Florentius Vanius from an evil mage holding him as prisoner, so that he might be able to join the fight against the undead. After he's been saved, Florentius will remain in Fort Dawnguard for the remainder of the game, and additionally help out in a few more quests. Though Mr. Vanius has an interesting quirk. He claims that Arche, the divine he preaches on behalf of, actually speaks to him, like directly talks to the guy. This comes off as a bit abnormal to say the least. Divines like Arche, while they do occasionally communicate with mortals, they don't do it very often, and when they do, it's usually someone of extreme importance, i.e. the Dragonborn. Generally, it's the Daedric Lords who join speaking to mortals. Suffice to say, Florentius is presented by Bethesda as pretty insane. He appears to lack any self-awareness about how odd such a gift is, and he can't help but bring up how often Arche speaks with him in every conversation. The other members of the Dawnguard also go so far as to openly express doubt about the man in conversations behind his back. I mean, heck, if Arche's going to speak to anybody, why not you? Or, again, someone of higher importance. That all said, the man certainly seems to be getting some divine help. He's immune to vampire seduction, constantly has knowledge of Volgar secrets he simply shouldn't. For those of you who don't know, this is the guy who members of the Dawnguard.
You've been so much good.
Vampires, the Arche specifically telling him where to be and a whole lot more. This awkward combination of serious doubts about Florentius' claims, yet him clearly receiving some godly help, has provoked many a Dragonborn to speculate that perhaps the man is in contact with a god, just not the one that he thinks. Instead, the suspicion has emerged that Florentius is talking to Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Insanity, who is simply pretending to be Arche. For Sheogorath, being, of course, the god of crazy and constantly interfering within the affairs of mortals, this would definitely fit his character. Florentius' crazy demeanor is what most lends credibility to this idea. What Shio's motivations for selecting this man in particular could be are unclear. We're not very sure what his relationship, if any, is to Arche, nor will I know the Daedric god responsible for creating vampires in the first place. Perhaps he just thought it would be funny to bother one person just for the sake of it. Though there are examples of Sheogorath
You would do it for third nine top guy for winner.
Tale of a warrior woman who outwits a thief thanks to being in conversation with
All right, those are the plus off of the test.
Finally, we're off. This game has a dominating written all over. I keep asking for Minecraft, but you guys never listen to me.
Maybe next time, Bill, you guys want to start off?
Definitely. Seems like you already knew the label was King Donald. Good job, Barack.
I wish I could be labeled Daddy Joe, but whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just start the game.
We're really playing in the forest, though. There are better options.
Gotta stick with the classics, Donald. If you think you're the best of this team, then you will win regardless of the match.
All right, fine. I guess I'll just show you both why I'm the best at golf.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you were the best, you would have gotten a hole in one to start off with.
Screw you, Barack. I'd like to see you try.
All right, boys, it's my turn to make a statement. Don't think I'm just garbage at this
Whoa,
game.
hold on.
Well, there, Joe. I see
Tell me
you.
that you actually know what you're doing.
Of course I do. You're just a hater, Donald. It's my turn. Prepare yourself for some greatness.
So much for that hole-in-one, Barack.
Screw you, Donald. Let's see if you can handle your business and finish on par with this.
Just watch me then.
Wow, you almost put in the power in that shot. That was complete luck. You didn't deserve to finish this hole in 2 tries.
Nah, I'm just good at golf.
How about me, guys? I got it in 2 tries as well. No one cares, Joe. It's easy to get in.
Success this hole real quick.
Paul,
I think I can get a hole in one here.
stop it, Dylan. We'll see about that.
Whoa, someone in. Hell yeah. That's how you play golf, boys. Take notes. Respectfully, Barack.
Screw you. Let's see if I can do that as well. Damn it.
It's okay, Joe. That's still not a bad shot. Let's see what Barack can do, though.
I'm going to show you how a real golfer does it. Prepare to watch my game. What the hell?
I'm still waiting to see that grade. All I'm seeing is a pile of dog food. It's your turn.
Okay, leave me alone. Now it's my turn. What was that, Joe? That is literally the definition of silly.
Screw you, Barack. You literally did that in the first hole. For a tip, Joe.
Did you see that one?
Too much power in your shot when you're that close.
Sounds good, Donald. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Seriously, Donald, you make fun of me for choking hole 1, but you didn't make fun of Joe for hole 2.
Joe was the one talking trash like you, Barack.
Facts. Okay, this is my turn, but I don't know why my golf ball is wide like Joe. Just look to see whose turn it is on the top right screen before you shoot your shot, okay?
Okay, that wasn't a bad shot, Barack. And yeah, your golf ball color changed when you shot it. That's weird.
All right, Donald, it's your turn to play the ball being one.
Okay, let's see if I can keep cooking.
Cooking? That's fine.
Don't worry about that shot, Donald. You're all good.
Is that what you call cooking, Donald? That was pretty pathetic, Donald.
With all due respect, Barack, shut the hell up. You don't have to be so toxic, you know.
So when Donald talks smack every game, it's okay, but when I do it, it's toxic. That's BS.
I didn't think you defended Joe. I appreciate that.
All I'm getting tired of the 2 of you. Just watch me get this ball in.
Wow. Now that was lucky for us.
Like hell,
It's good for the world with regards to the amount of power you put in your shot.
keep talking about it. Let's see what you can do. That's a pretty good shot, Donald. You're guaranteed to get it next turn.
Thanks, Joe. Let's see what you can do.
I think I have a pretty solid angle here to get something going. Yeah, okay.
Whoa. Nice one, Joe.
Are you serious right now? This game's feeling great. Once again, Barack seems toxic. Nothing new here. A nice shot, Donald. Nice to get a bogey from that hole.
I didn't think you'd spit out facts like this, Joe.
You two agreeing is just disgusting. Hurry up with your turn, Joe. Okay, could you just let me assess this first?
For real, Barack, great things take time.
Yeah, whatever you said.
Oh, I got a hold now. Let's go.
Are you serious right now? Okay, whatever. Hurry up so I can do that too.
Stop telling us to hurry up. Joe got a hold in one because he took his time. And I want you to say just why.
How in the world did you guys do
Nice
it?
shot, Donald.
What kind of cheat engine do you guys have?
Shut the hell up, Barack. It's not that hard. Just focus up.
Yeah, for real, Barack. Stop being a hater. See, you got a hole in one as well. I'm so loaded. You see that, boy? That's how Obama gets it done.
How would Obama get you done? I guess you're content with second place, huh?
Don't worry about me, Donald. Worry about yourself. Let Donald take his time.
It's all good if I don't get a hole in one here. I'll just complete this hole in 2 turns so I'll be able to keep my lead.
Yeah, whatever you say. Joe, it's your turn. Let's see what you got. Just doesn't seem that much. I'll just try to replicate what Donald did.
That's not a bad strategy, Joe. Like me, you'll be able to complete this hole in 2 tries.
I think this course looks really easy. If you don't end up finishing this hole in 2 tries, then you're just flat out garbage at this game.
Okay, well, the pressure is on you then, Barack. After all, you're the one who couldn't finish the job in that one hole.
I don't need to do this. Just hurry it up. Seriously, Barack, can you stop rushing us every time?
For real, though, a nice shot, Joe. Good job for not using as much power that time.
It's not that hard, Donald. Stop giving Joe credit.
Did someone hurt your feelings when you were younger, Barack? You're acting talented and secure right now.
It's okay if you were Barack. Okay, I'm going to need for both of you to shut the fuck up and watch the abominating cook.
I guess we'll see about that then, huh?
Watch this. Are you serious right now? I don't want to put in enough power to prevent that bullshit from happening.
Play stupid games and live stupid prizes for us.
Stop talking to me.
Let me show you how it's done.
Are you fucking serious right now? How the fuck is your senile ass capable of playing golf?
Shut your salty ass up, Barack. That was a great shot, Joe. Hopefully you'll be able to get it in the hole next turn.
All right, stop babying him, Donald. Let's see what you do here.
Oh, fuck.
So close.
I'm gonna do a hole in one.
Okay, calm the fuck down, Donald. I see now that you two are just benefiting off my good shot. You two get to see how much I'm putting in and where it is.
Sounds like excuses to me. Stop fucking making excuses, Barack. They switch the order every fucking hole. Fine, Joe.
Get fucking rest.
Your aim was good, so if you just fix the power, you'll be good. Sounds good, Donald. I'll keep that in mind as we progress with the match. Thanks for the tip.
You two agreeing this much is just fucking weird. Just hurry up so I can win this game.
That was a little too strong for my liking, Joe, but at least the shot went in. Thank fucking God it went in. I don't want to be down this early.
Hate to break it to you, Joe, but you are most definitely going to get last place.
Don't listen to
There's
it.
no fucking way that the Stone Age fossil having ass can comprehend the tougher choices.
Whatever you say, Barack, I'm just going to play conservatively here, so I'm set up to complete this course in 2 turns. That's a good strategy, Joe. Let's see what I can do here.
I doubt you'll do much, Donald.
Shut the fuck up, Barack. Stop being such a fucking hater. You're hella toxic and you need to stop your bullshit behavior immediately. Damn.
It's not fucking bullshit, Joe. Donald tried doing something special there, and he absolutely failed. I told everyone that he wasn't going to do anything. And do you fucking see that? I do something special there. I'm guaranteed to get it done on my second turn.
Who gives a fuck? Joe and I can still complete this course on our second turn. God fucking damn
Yeah,
it.
it definitely looks like Joe got it done on the second turn. First, his ass up.
You're just straight up bullshit, Joe here. Let me see what I can do about this.
Well, it looks like you didn't do much, Donald.
Go fuck yourself.
Hate to break it to you guys, but I am the best in this game, and it's not even close.
Just because you beat us in one course, it doesn't mean that you're the best at this game, Barack.
The quicker you accept the fact that I'm better than the both of you guys, the easier this loss will be for you to digest.
All right, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up. You only beat us by winning that course, and you're acting like you're up 30 or some shit.
Well, the trend would suggest that I will be up by 30 at the end of this game.
I'm not a math major, Barack, but your whole concept of trend is flat out bullshit. There's no concrete evidence to back that statement up.
Watch the trend.
Oh yeah, that's some great news.
Fuck off, Donald.
So much for your trend. You can shove that shit up your ass. Okay, I need to focus up here so I don't fall too behind from the two of you. I'm planning to take this little shortcut up here to see if that works. That's pretty risky, Joe. I like it.
Go, man. What the fuck?
Yourself, Barack. You fine while you're just failing at this course.
Calm the hell down. Let's see what you do then.
I'll just take the same approach that Joe took. Good luck, Donald.
Wow. Those fucking times that shit worked. That seems kind of rigged, I'm not going to lie.
Riddick, you're sounding like me now, Barack. You're just salty. Let's see you get out of this sticky situation.
Shut the hell up, Joe. There was nothing sticky about that situation. I know what the hell I'm doing.
If you knew what the hell you're doing, then why did you down there in the first fucking place?
I wanted to give you to it then.
Fucking bullshit, Barack. Fuck off with that. God fucking
Here's the moment, Joe.
power again now in the same hellhole that the rock big ass was in. Don't worry, Joe. The more you practice it, the better you will get at it. These things just take time to fully master.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. Are you also going to teach Joe how to learn to share something?
Seriously, Barack? I'm just trying to give you words of encouragement like how a good friend should. Okay. Let's chill out. Let's see what I can do about this. Guess we'll see if you can hit this shot.
No fucking way he does.
Looking good. Fuck yeah. Thanks for the tip, Donald. I only made that shot because you told me to be more aware of the power I was putting in. No problem, Joe. Good shot.
Seriously? Are we going to act like we won the fucking championship or some shit? He's 4 away from first already.
Shut your hating ass up, Barack. Just let Joe do his thing. I was so close, damn it. Still not a bad shot. Let's see what you got, Barack.
All right, watch how the Golden player does it, boys.
Guess we'll see. What is fuck off? Fuck everything. That's fucking bullshit. How the hell did you not find that correctly to avoid the wind turbine?
I don't need to hear it. Hurry up with your turn.
All right, fine. I'll
stupid ass couldn't do it.
Oh shit, Donald, that was a nice shot. Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, shit. Get ready for rock. Back. To hit the fucking wind turbine. Back. To hit a hole. Back. The second or third time you've gotten embarrassed, so I advise you to shut the fuck up.
Big fucking fat. All right, it's good enough for me too. It's time for me to do my thing.
Your thing? Does that include the part in which you have to take another fucking turn to complete the course?
Fuck you, Donald, I still got a bogey. Yeah, but now you let me catch up to you. More importantly, you're further down to first place. It's going to be tough for you to come back without Donald is not messing around. Okay, shut the fuck up, bro. When the hell are you two going to the hotel with him, huh? When the hell are you two getting married? The amount of writing that you're doing is just ridiculous.
You're trying, Barack.
Don't you try Donald. I just got a really good shot up so I could be done with this course next time.
Okay, I'll admit that was a pretty good shot. But let's see what I can do about that.
You got this, Donald. Seriously, Joe? This is called golf with your friends, not fucking golf with your daddy. Get it together, you old man.
Okay, that shot wasn't as good as yours, Barack, but I still have a decent angle to make something happen next turn.
I guess we'll see. All right, it's my turn. Let me continue cooking. I call it the Papa Joe special. The Papa Joe special, and let me tell you saying, you completed this course with 5 fucking attempts or some shit.
Wait, what the fuck? What happened to Joey's ball?
Didn't you know, Donald? There's your fucking mouth with the amount of reading that you two are doing during this game so far.
Shut the fuck up, Barack. Just focus on your turn.
No, you shut the fuck up, you obese canteen soft and say that I'm an asshole. I just dominated this course.
All right, Donald, let's see if you can get a good shot in. Oh, shit. That was super fucking close to getting a birdie like Barack. I guess it's okay. I'll just get it in next turn.
Yeah, but I'm slowly but surely catching up to you, Donald. Are you feeling nervous yet?
Not even close to rock. But damn, Joe, that was a good shot. Considering how your first shot went, you can finish this course off well enough. You're still in it.
Thanks, Donald. I plan on doing just that. Yeah, whatever you two say. That doesn't change the fact that gap between Joe and I grew, while the gap between Donald and I shrunk.
I guarantee that you will not be able to beat me, Barack. There are still 8 holes left.
Exactly. That's 8 holes of opportunity for you to fuck something up like you always do. That's also 8 holes for me to catch up to the both of you. Don't count me out, boys.
Oh, shit, Joe, that was a close one. I guess that's not a terrible shot considering how you realistically get next turn if you shoot it well.
Sounds pretty delusional if you ask me. Let me show you how it's done. I'll give credit to you for that shot, Rock. Not bad. For once, Joe, thanks for that. It's about damn time you gave me some credit.
Okay, I'm just going to replicate that since there aren't any better options.
Of course you're going to fucking copy me. You feel threatened by my greatness, so that is why you're copying me.
Shut the hell up, Barack. If your greatness means being in second place, then that literally means that I'm a fucking god.
Damn, I got closer to it than I thought.
That was a good shot, Joe. Hypothetically, if Barack and I get it in this turn, you'll only go down one after this course. Not
Are you
bad.
fucking kidding me right now?
Well, take back what I said, Joe. Barack's dumbass is choked harder than when he's in bed with NHL.
Fuck you. All right, Donald, let's see this shot.
Hey.
Hold that down to fat fuck. Damn. But it didn't fit. I love hearing you fucking cry, Donald. You talked all that shit when I failed to make it in. And then you backed it up with you missing that easy shot. What was it that Joe said? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Did I fucking miss something? The sport differential literally did not change, Barack. You're still in second place. You do a lot of shit talking for someone that comes in second place.
I may be second place right now, but I feel the momentum shifting. The trend suggests that I will win this game. Just watch. Damn well okay then. I guess things just got more interesting. This is exactly what I was fucking talking about. Your turn, Joe. All right, you get 24% of this shit and accept what happened.
Okay, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? You're not losing by much. Why would you waste your turn in an opportunity like that?
I was just trying to experiment what works and what doesn't, Donald. My bad. If you want to see what works, watch it.
Oh, yeah, that definitely works, Barack.
Fuck off, Donald.
You shouldn't rely on that if you want to win this game. You actually need to be good at the game.
Okay, then
I don't like this setup. Whatever. It's Patrick Wall's setup, so I don't really give a shit.
I was just experimenting experimenting like Joe. Besides, I still have the lead.
Okay, well, I'm done experimenting. I'm going to play it safe so I don't mess my score up too badly from this score. All I want is to try something.
Yeah, I'll have Raider on this top unit. And I'm gonna have Group Heroes be the setup man here.
Okay, I don't need to hear it. It's your turn.
So Paulie will be the shooter.
The two of you. I'm going to try exploring other ways. I can't find anything. All right, fuck it. I'm eating this shit again.
Holy shit, Barack. You were so damn lucky that worked out. Had that not worked out, you would be down in the shits for sure.
But it did so focus on yourself, too.
All right, we'll see how much power Joe put in his. I'll be careful.
That's a great shot, Donald. Realistically, you have a good chance of making that shot next turn. Of course, you're just taking advantage of Joe's mistake as well as mine. You're not good at the game, Donald.
Fuck off, Barack. Let Joe concentrate.
Whoa. That was closer than I thought it was. Yeah, but you didn't get it in, so there's no point patting yourself in the back.
Okay, shut the hell up, Barack. Where the hell is your golf ball, huh?
Right next to fucking Joe's dumbass. Don't talk to it, Donald.
Okay, just because you got one lucky shot, it doesn't mean that you're better than me. I'm still going to get a bogey right here.
Don't play this badass.
Fuck off, Barack. Unlike you, I'm actually good at the game.
Well, I guess it's my turn to get a bogey as well, right?
Good shit, Joe. That wasn't a bad result considering how you just needed your golf ball on your first attempt.
Okay, well, I got a bogey as well. Here's my credit.
You're not getting any. You're the one who said your friend suggested that you would beat us big time. You're not getting any fucking credit from me, that's for sure.
So there are two paths. I'll just take this left one.
Not a bad shot, Joe. You actually got pretty close to the hole. You've been playing pretty well without anyone really noticing.
Yeah. I'm going to take the path up ahead since that seems like the easy option to me. I'm guaranteed to get this full straight next turn.
Of course, it's the easier, more boring option, Barack.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. How about you take that left path there?
Oh, don't worry about that. I would gladly do so since I'm a fun guy, Barack.
Are you serious right now? You literally just copied what Joe did, except you added a little more power since Joe came up a bit short. Once again, you're taking advantage of other people's moves.
I'm not even going to respond to that bullshit.
God damn it. I was really hoping that I would successfully finish this course without me using another turn to do it. Now I'm going to be down one more in terms of the overall score.
It's okay, Joe.
Here we go again.
Who knows for someone to fuck up? If you keep up your consistent play, you'll have a fighting chance of being able to overtake someone in the final score.
Yeah, I guess I'm only down 3 to Barack with 5 holes left. I still got to see it. Like hell, you got fucking thing. Don't underestimate the power of the abominator.
Okay, then let's see you do this course, Barack.
Don't worry, I got a good plan. Oh, that's definitely one hell of a plan, Barack. That ball moves more than my slow ass. Seriously, Joe, you want to talk shit now? Let's see you do this guy.
You got this, Joe. Ignore it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I talked about. Don't even think about talking shit, Joe. You are literally in last place.
That's a nice try, Joe, but let me try seeing what to do here.
Forget seeing the course, Donald. Just hurry it up.
All right, don't fucking rush me. But honestly speaking, I haven't figured out the targets yet, so I'm just going to play this super conservatively.
Ain't no way in hell that you didn't even bother trying with the targets. Seriously, Donald? Get off his ass, Barack. Why does it matter to you how he approaches this course?
Fact.
Worry about yourself, Joe. I'm just going to eat myself onto the target and see what happens. Oh, boy, this goes.
Wait, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah. Are you serious right now? Joe gets so lucky with this shit, I swear to God. That's not luck, Barack. It's fucking skill. Instead of playing it conservatively, Barack, I decided to take that risk and experiment more. It paid off. I can make my comeback. Okay, whatever you say, Joe. I'm still going to beat your dumb ass. And what the hell was that Donald?
Shut up, Barack. I didn't have a good angle to work with.
And you think I do? Unlike you, though, I know how to use my brain to turn a bad situation into a good one. Take some notes, Donald, because I'm coming for first fucking plays. Okay, I'm going to try bouncing the ball off the wall into the hole. Let's see if this works. No way it does.
Oh shit, that was close.
Damn it, that was super close. Stuff like that pisses me the hell off because I'm trying to make a comeback in this game. Fuck. It's okay, Joe. At least you can still make a comeback against Donald's dumbass. I still don't know what the hell he's trying to do all the way back there.
Maybe I'm just trying to give you a chance, Barack.
Like hell you are. You're literally throwing this game and you're just trying to find an excuse for your shitty gameplay. told you before. My friend suggested that you would fall apart and that I would win.
Are you serious right now?
That's exactly what is happening right now. Donald, I don't want you to fall apart. Come on, man. Get it together. You got this.
That was so fucking close. Damn.
I don't know what the hell that was, Donald, but you're only up one with 4 holes left. You are actually throwing this game. All right, Barack, why don't you focus on yourself for a change? Okay, fine. So that was more targets. I'm just going to aim at those with full power, and I bet that will work. You only fucking know that because of me. You always called out Donald for taking advantage of our moves and mistakes, and that's literally what you just did. Try not, Joe. You're planning to do the same fucking thing. You don't need to tell me that. Just because I'm in last place, it doesn't mean that I'm incompetent, you know. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, Donald, it's your turn.
Yeah, well, I guess we're all going to end up at the same place, huh?
You're not wrong about that, Donald. What's important is how we approach our moves after. Every hole will be important here. The score is way too fucking close. You're not wrong. You've been prone to choking while under pressure, Barack. Let's see if you can get the job done. Oh, I know I can, and I know I will. Watch me do it. God fucking damn it, this thing is so good.
How to do that?
Wow, that's huge.
How is this going to fucking up?
Okay, stop worrying about me. I'll make a comeback. Joe, what are you going to do? I'm just playing this conservatively since I don't want to be a mess like you, Barack. This way, I'll be able to make up some ground before the last few holes.
That's a great strategy, Joe. You'll definitely make up the ground here, and hopefully I can secure my lead here as well.
Let's not act like I'm out of it. I'm still right behind you, Donald. Yeah, but what the hell was that shot, Barack? You got to put more time into your shot. These last few have seemed pretty careless. Shut the fuck up, Joe. I don't need to hear anything from someone who's been killing in last place for the entire damn game. Do you not feel ashamed of yourself for trying to lecture me? You act like I've been down big time or some shit. I've only been down by like 5 at most this entire game. And now I've made up a little ground too. Keep talking shit, Barack. You might just end up in last place.
He's not wrong about that, Barack. This hole could change everything.
This course seems like bullshit.
Well, it's the 16th hole. Let's see what happens, boys.
Oh shit, here we go. What in the actual fuck is this bouncing ass bullshit? Are you fucking kidding me right now? How the hell did you get so close? Damn, Donald, you were so close.
I got this in the fucking bag. Let's see what you got, Joe.
Oh fuck, God fucking damn it. Put too much power into it, and now I'm right back from where I started. God damn it. You are completely piece of this game, Joe. Just watch how the greatest player in this game does it.
Every time you talk shit, Barack, it has not worked out.
Well, it is now.
Whoa, whoa,
Are you
whoa,
fucking
whoa.
serious right now? What kind of bullcrap is that? This game is so rigged, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have officially confirmed that you are total ass at the game, Barack. You had a legit chance of controlling me, but you threw it away by talking shit to Joe when you literally did the same exact thing.
Okay, I like this shot. I will have a good angle to get a good score from this course. Barack, what in the actual fuck is going on? All I'm going to need for the both of you guys is just be quiet and let me cook.
Here we go again, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ, fuck. You're fucking harder than you fucking choking that goddamn Super Bowl. For real, such a big meltdown, holy shit.
Ooh, they didn't score twice. Damn, okay.
Don't worry, Donald. With your tips and advice, I will not have a meltdown like Barack. All I'm tired of you two. This whole fucking game is doing it. Watch this. Don't fuck yourselves. I'm going to make the greatest fucking comeback in golf with your friend history. The Obama-Gator is back, bitches. Are you serious right now? Just when I thought I was making a comeback.
It's fine, Joe. Focus up.
I fucking hate this course, Donald. I don't know how to maneuver. But ask conveyor belt. This whole thing is actual bullshit. This is my chance right here. Watch you bitches. All game long you've been talking shit about me. Just watch I'm going to finish off this course on my next turn.
Are you serious right now? Is bitch-ass Barack actually going to make this comeback? I can't afford to choke this game. I can't afford to look like a clown.
Hate to break it to you, Donald, but you all been a fucking clown.
All right, so don't let Barack into your head. You can still think it.
Yeah, but I don't know how to maneuver around this conveyor belt. Look at this fucking thing kick Donald.
What the
I barely
fuck?
put any power into that shot. Somehow I get fucking muted onto another conveyor belt. Barack put some feet engines in this shit. Keep talking about it, Joe. I'm just better than your senile ass.
God fucking damn. Joe, at least there's one more hole left. Remember, anything can fucking happen. Don't get discouraged. You can still do this.
Let's see this, Donald.
Jesus fucking Christ. This game is starting to give me heart palpitations. This game is way too close for my liking. Come on, Joe, we got this.
I'm fucking panicking, Donald. I don't know how to get the conveyor belt.
Fuck. All right, it's fine, Joe. One more hole. Just remember that.
Well, I guess it's still a close game between you and I, Donald. But remember, this game is going to give me the win in the end because of my friend that I told you both about this whole time.
I'm falling apart. Oh, stop. Your fucking head.
God fucking damn this stupid ass course. Fuck these conveyor belts.
Joe, seriously, use your fucking head. You hear me?
I fucked up already, so it doesn't matter, Donald. Just make sure Brock's bitch ass doesn't win.
Okay, fine. I hear you, Joe. I'm going to win this game. I fucking guarantee it.
I guess we'll see about that, Donald. My friends have suggested otherwise. Prepare to fucking leave.
Okay, my turn to start, huh? Let me assess the situation.
Don't show Donald. No pressure. Don't listen to him, Donald.
Fuck.
Nice one, Donald.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Just chill out, Donald. I don't think you're supposed to charge that shit out to full power. Come on, Donald. Don't fucking choke now. You can encourage him all you want, Joe. I'm going to win this fucking game. And to think that all Donald did was play fucking golf during his presidency, and he still sucks like this, goddamn. Talking shit now is going to be fatal for you, Barack. Okay, then let's see about that. I think I know what to do.
Clearly, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. How the fuck did you make the same mistake as me? Are you stupid or something?
Don't you dare call me fucking stupid when that's literally what you are. Focus on your turn.
I will win.
Be careful, Donald.
Fuck.
You're a good stupid, Donald.
Stupid fucking long twist thing off.
Okay, I'm just going to stay out of this. You're the best man wins because clearly I'm not fucking helping. You just realized that, Joe? Don't worry though. You and Donald can always go to the hotel room after I'm done winning this game.
Shut the fuck up, Gerard. Stop worrying about Joe. This is a 1v1 now. This course will determine it. And I know I will be the one that will come out on top.
Not about the penalty. Fuck! Are you serious right now? This game is so fucking rigged, like what in the actual fuck was that?
All right, it's time to let King Donald cook. I told you before, and I will tell you again, that I will be the one that will this whole fucking game. You've been thinking that you're the best. This whole fucking game. You've been telling us about your bullshit friends. Well, guess what? I'm going to win.
If you think this game is over, then you're more delusional than I thought. I still have a chance.
Oh, really now? I guess we'll see about that.
Here's the moment of truth.
Holy shit, get fucking wrecked, Barack.
Are you actually kidding me right now? This can't be. I've been doing this whole time and I can't believe that losing to your fat ass is likely now. This is some actual bullshit.
Losing to me is likely now. It's been like that for a while now. How about you focus on Joe now? You might actually lose to him based on how you perform moving forward.
Fuck no, I will not allow that to happen. It's one thing to lose to your fat ass. I
Oh,
can't
wow,
believe
fuck
that
off.
you know,
Shit!
Well, stop talking and start playing Barack. You talked shit this entire time to me thinking you was beating me at the beginning. It's time to focus up here so you don't lose to Joe as well.
well, I guess it's a bit that I lost to you, huh?
Don't worry about that right now. Worry about what's in front of you.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just beating my shit over and hopefully I can win for the good anyway.
Man, you're really resorting to desperation, huh?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, Joe, you can start talking again. This 1v1 between Barack and is officially over.
Holy fucking shit, Barack. You are choking this whole damn game away on this one fucking hole. I can't even say anything back to that joke. I'm just gonna finish up this course and whatever the results are. I gotta live with them.
That is by far the smartest thing you said all game long, Barack. Unfortunately, it was too little too late for you. You fucking G-boy. King Donald is back on top in first place.
Despite getting last place, I'm content with the overall score. I didn't do as bad as I thought. What about you, Barack? These boys, I gotta go with Donald. You are better than me on this day. Sorry for all that from the way I did. Hopefully we can rematch again soon, boys. Until then.
All good, Barack. Peace out, boys.
Till next time.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't feel right to make videos today about Ivan Demidov and his rival in Montreal without talking about one of the other top prospects from the 2024 draft, who is now joining his team today. Demidov was taken in that 5th overall spot, but if you take a look at who the Calgary Flames ended up selecting in the 2024 NHL draft, another top-round guy who was 9th overall, it was none other than Zane Parekh, who is now being brought into the Calgary Flames organization. Take a look at this. The Flames earlier this morning have recalled Parekh from the OHL's Saginaw Spirit. And this is a really big piece of news, not only because the Calgary Flames have themselves a playoff hunt that you can debate is in full swing right now, and the team is going to need all hands on deck to get into the playoffs, but just because Zane Parekh is an insanely talented player who deserves his opportunity at the NHL in this stage. Just to throw it out there here, the Flames are 6-2-2 in their last 10. They have 87 points in 77 games, but they are 4 points out of the final wild card spot with 1 game.
Yes, Sergeant Foley!
So it's not looking too great for Calgary if they go on some sort of a St. Louis Blues-like run and get 10 points in the final 5 games of the year. They would need to hope that Minnesota and St. Louis lose a bunch of their upcoming games. It's not too likely at this point, but still. Also, Edmonton has 93 points, so the Flames are right on their tail if we wanted to say that. Ultimately, though, the Calgary Flames are bringing in a guy who is definitely one of the best defensive prospects in the entire NHL. You could even debate that St. Parekh is a better prospect than what Artem Levshunov was. And I say was because he played a whole bunch with Chicago this season. I don't really know if he's a prospect anymore. But Zane Parekh is a 19-year-old, 6 feet, 185, right-handed D-man out of the Saginaw Spirit in the OHL, who scored 107 points this year in 61 games played. 33 goals, 74 assists, and 9 points in 5 games in the OHL playoffs. Zane Parekh was a top 5 point scorer in the OHL this season as a D-man. By the way, look at Michael Lisa, who led the entire league in points as a draft eligible. We can talk about him later on. But Zane Parekh was the best defenseman in the OHL in terms of points. He is, in many people's eyes, the next best offensive defenseman prospect in the same mold as a Quinn Hughes, a Cale Makar, a Lane Hudson, etc. Just the way Zane Parekh moves in the offensive zone, how he commands time and space at the blue line, how he exploits open space with beautiful moves and beautiful plays. He can score goals too. Zane Parekh is a true offensive dynamo whose presence on the Calgary Flames blue line could be met as early on as this season with a whole bunch of points and a top power play role if he's given. I have no doubt that if Zane Parekh was placed on the first power play in Calgary, he would add an immediate bump of offensive potential.
We got Spangs.
Of course,
Damn.
it's not going to be easy for Zane Parekh to get some meaningful minutes at this time because you got some other right-handed defensemen in Calgary that are already doing some pretty good things and are already good. Mackenzie Weegar, Rasmus Anderson are the 1-2 that everybody loves to talk about. Could any of these guys be on their way out? Who knows? If there is a chance for Zane Parekh to beat out one of these guys, there might have to be some decisions made in the offseason. Who really knows? But just to get a little bit of perspective as to how good Parekh's statistical profile is, take a look at this comment here. This comes from an article on ProHockeyRumors.com. The only other defenseman in OHL history to report back-to-back 30-goal campaigns came in the 1965-1966 season, when an 18-year-old Bobby Orr tallied 38 goals for the Oshawa Generals. This guy literally had a record that no one else has done in the gosh darn OHL since Bobby Orr. Back-to-back 30-goal seasons as a D-man? That never happens in the OHL. Not to mention the fact that the only reason the Saginaw Spirit even won a game in the playoffs this year is because Zane Parekh worked his magic. He was at almost 2 points a game, and the one game that Saginaw did win was a 3-2 overtime win, where Parekh had 2 goals and an assist.
Searching for homes on Housepump feels like outland on the barista makes your coffee accessory. Plan your feeling with heavy responsibly. Plan your home with Housepump.
The fourth It's a Big Deal event is on. And right now, get a big deal when you use the Escape Active for just $99 a week. However, subscribe to Escape delivers. But there's
I mean, this is a total game changer. I'd say he's closer to McCarr than he is to Quinn Hughes stylistically. Of course, ceiling-wise, you could debate where that is, but I think Parek's attack bigger. Parekh is a little less spinny than Quinn Hughes is. I think he's a lot more direct in the way he creates offense, a la Cale McCarr. Quinn is a more manipulative perimeter guy, although Parekh can do that stuff too. He's a legitimate manipulator, the Elite Prospect Scout Report says. He doesn't wait for holes to open up into defensive coverage to make a play. He bends opponents to his will and makes those openings for himself. A combination of fakes, feeds, look-offs, and handling skills sends would-be checkers into the spin cycle, and out of each cloud of dust emerges Parekh, activating in space to improve the condition of each play before making his decision with the puck. And the Elite Prospect Scouting Report actually does have Parekh having those shades of Quinn Hughes and Roman Yossi. So, yeah, that kind of shows you how good this guy's going to be. The best part about it all is that Quinn Hughes, Cale McCarr, these guys were immediate impact makers in the NHL from the moment they stepped out onto the ice the first time. Zane Parekh is not going to have enough games played in this 24-25 season to contend for the Calder. He'll still be eligible next year, but if he's able to force himself into the top 4, or maybe even play on the left side, who really knows, have an off-handed defenseman as a primary offensive tool. That's a really interesting thought process that I think is worth thinking about. Zane Parekh, if he gets 50, 60 points next year, he could very well be the Calder finalist and maybe even the Calder winner. Who knows? It's all going to depend on if the Calgary Flames embrace his offensive potential and skill set right away. The Montreal Canadiens didn't really do that with Wayne Hudson. They had to wait a little bit. Giving Mike Matheson those extra minutes on the power play and having him be the number 1 offensive guy before Hudson truly took over and started feeding the puck to Laine left, right, and center. Now Hudson is pretty much the favorite for the Calder in many people's eyes. If the Calgary Flames do something similar to that, but they don't inevitably give Parekh those number 1 minutes and that power play ice time, then I don't know if it's going to be all too possible here. Also, the Calgary Flames need to start scoring more goals themselves. They haven't really been too hot this season when it comes to putting the puck in the back of the net. More goals means more opportunities for Zane Parekh to get points, especially if they come on the power play. But, of course, that's not really what they're focusing on right now. They don't really care about the Calder for next year. The Calgary Flames want to win, and the Calgary Flames are getting some incredible support in the form of Zane Parekh to help them out for the next 5 games. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Zane Parekh heading over to Calgary Flames, what his impact could be, and whether or not he could be the next Cale McCarr and Quinn Hughes. So let's in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Charles 99 and bye.
We're seeing my new Mr. B flat mutator. Mutators, each sold separately.
From the humble abode of the Breeze home to the opulent design of Brownsfire Manor, today we're going to be looking at all the homes in Skyrim to determine which are the homes of our dreams, and which are so bad that it's even a house flipper 2 players that won't go near them. To spice things up a bit, we're also going to include every house added from the Anniversary Edition. So, expect to see professional designers from Bethesda get that I have to put Dead Man's Dread at the bottom of this list. This anniversary edition had so much going for it. Dead Man's Dread starts with an awesome questline to acquire it. Unique weapons and armor can be found that fit the swashbuckling aesthetic. And get a damn pirate ship as a player home at the end of it. So, where does it all go wrong? Well, just like real life, it comes down to three. Location, location, and location. On its own, the Dead Man's Dread is spacious and unique, and it doesn't want to call the ocean their home.
Oh my fucking god, boys!
Dead Man's Dread is permanently stuck inside.
It's really good when I hire Patrick Raw.
Down, abandoned, and kind of hard to see with the lack of lighting. Even worse is the fact that you'll have to go through 3 whole loading screens just to get to the damn place. I didn't know I was playing Starfield. It would have been much higher on the list if the ship had been moved to sea. Maybe giving us the ability to move the ship from various anchor spots around Skyrim. But, as it stands, the Dead Man's Dread feels more like a place to squat than a place to call home. The Gallows Hall. If you thought Dead Man's Dread felt unhomely, wait till you see it at Gallows Hall. The look, music, and lighting of this place make it easily the least inviting home on this list. On top of its unpleasant aesthetic, Gallows Hall is just a bit too generic. It feels more like a clear dungeon that I decided to hold my goods in, rather than a fleshed-out player home. The only thing Gallows Hall has going for it is the Bone Forge. This one-of-a-kind forge can be used to process bone meal and soul gems to make permanent skeletal followers, which is an admittedly awesome addition for anyone wanting to dabble in necromancy. But beyond that, I'd look for a player home with greener and less creepy pastures. Severin Manor. It's honestly a shame that Severin Manor has to go so low on this list. It's the only player home that really feels different architecturally from the Nordic and Imperial structures we see so often. It's also sprawling, with a forge, an incredible weapon rack room, plenty of storage space, and a master bedroom fit for a dumber king. But despite all these pros, Severin Manor just doesn't cut the other player homes. Despite its unapologetically dumber aesthetic, Severin Manor still looks bland by Solstein standards. The lack of windows, muted colours, and low ceiling will make it seem as if we're living in a cave. Even worse is how non-functional it is at being a player home. Spouses and children can't live there, and it's on another damn island, making it the most out-of-the-way home on this list. Overall, Severin Manor may be a nice place to get away from all the chaos during the Dragon Ball questline. But beyond that, it serves almost no purpose that other homes can't do better. Hindsight. Might just be the buggiest building I've ever called home. Not sure if this is a common issue, or if my save file was cursed by Daedra, but hindsight is riddled with bugs that cause all the clutter to be violently flung about. Its mannequins also creepily move from place to place, and my items just go missing. Fun. But despite that, hindsight would still be one of the worst homes on this list. Although it's cool that you enter the home directly from Skyrim rather than Riften, hindsight doesn't have much else going for it. It's probably the worst designed home on this list, with the awkwardly placed rooms and crafting tables giving off the impression that the house is having an identity crisis. It doesn't know if it wants to have a cozy cottage aesthetic or something more utilitarian, which makes the entire experience of living in this feel like a role-playing as a canned sardine. I'd rather not be eaten by Argonians today. In a Chanton, the Dweller are almost as good with their technology as they are with making up completely unpronounceable words. Case in point, we have the Chantons, a player home that takes place entirely within a dwarven dungeon. Like many other Anniversary Edition homes, unlocking this place is not so much a matter of paying your wallet, but by risking your life and going through a somewhat underwhelming quest. Upon first arrival, the Chantons is in complete ruin. Parts have written up with grease and led on with a friendly wooden sword across the length of a small town just to reach a crafting station. It might have a lot of cool features, like a bathhouse and a throne room, but it's also dark, like really, really dark. Often to the point where you forget that you're in a player home, not some secret dungeon. And let me tell you, there's nothing sadder than sitting on the throne of this place and staring at the dark, empty hallway in front of you. Overall, turning a dungeon like setting into a player home, no fear in theory. but in practice, the results are pretty underwhelming. Breeze Home. Breeze Home is objectively the worst house in the game. It's small, cramped, and has little in the way of luxuries and amenities. That being said, it's also one of the most iconic interiors in the entire game. Buying this run-down glorified shack for the first time with a monumental feat on original playthroughs. It almost felt like being a real homeowner, minus the constant maintenance, having to comply with HOA, and being mortgaged to your rivals. But a large-tinted view isn't the only thing Rizzo has going for it. Despite its shortcomings, the house is still situated in a central location, close to the world map and the city it resides in. It's very affordable, and has a modest atmosphere that most of the other homes in the game miss. It might not hold a candle to other homes on its list, but at least it's not a damn derelict ship in a cage. The Shadowfoot Sanctum. Shadowfoot Sanctum is an amazing player home. That's not because of its large size and easy accessibility. It's the exact opposite. It's a cramped and hidden home that was never intended to be a main player house, but rather a secret bunker to keep all your prized and dangerous possessions. Despite being built underneath the seediest city north of Brazil, Shadowfoot Sanctum is one of the coziest places in the game. This is in no small part thanks to how hidden this place is. To get there, you either have to make your way through several doors across the Ratway, or access the place via the secret underwater entrance. So, by glazing over this place too much, why is it so low on the list? Well, it's pros, but also its cons. While it being a super secret thief bunker is awesome from a Ratway perspective, functionally, the place isn't the greatest. It has a laughably tiny amount of storage space. The lack of any natural light sucks for any more claustrophobic. And don't get me started on all the loading screens you have to go through just to get here. It's a shame too, because I would have enjoyed having a private economy to do work so damn tedious. Thankfully, our partners at NordVPN makes staying private in real life much easier. The last thing we want is some foul or spy with the internet animation mod we've been browsing. But by going to nordvpn.com/fall damage, you'll be a few clicks away from making sure that nobody, not even NordVPN, can track your online activity risk-free. Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Malware, phishing, and fake shopping detection become standard in this service. To top it all off, NordVPN continually monitor the dark web to see if your information has been leaked on the nefarious side of the internet. With such a robust feature list, NordVPN acts as a protective layer over all your internet activity. Even the most skilled thieves in Tamriel would over the stores of trying to break through something with such a strong set of security measures. Getting the service through nordvpn.com/fall damage will not only support the channel, it will also give you a bonus of 4 months on top of its singular plan, just further adding to the value. The best thing about this is it's always free. If, for whatever reason, you're not satisfied with the service, Nord has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, what are you waiting for? Go to nordvpn.com/fall damage today and make sure you're in control of your data and who you give it to. Now, back to the video. Groundsfire Manor. Groundsfire Manor have the potential to easily clear this list top 3. It looks gorgeous from the inside and out. It's wonderfully designed with luxurious looking architecture and furniture, and it even has a damn balcony. It's my favourite place to keep the family and scatter the shelves with valuable gemstones. However, that's about the extent of this manor's pros. The main issue with Groundsfire Manor is that it insists on being the most inconvenient house in the game. Not only is it damn hard to get to, but when you arrive there, you can't even have the amenities you'd expect. There's hardly anywhere to store your weapons and armor, but cooking pots, very few crafting stations, and don't get me started on the guest room. I've slept in prison cells that are more accommodating than this. All these may come off as minor issues to some, but when you're paying upwards of 36,000 gold for a down house, you'd expect it to at least be more functional than the Breeze Home, but it can't even do that. disappointing is all I can say about Housefire Manor. Karen has without a doubt the best looking exterior in the game. With its imposing Norse architecture and rugged design, it gives off the impression of a palace or fortress, more so than a player's home. But the interior, at least for me, is another story. It's not without its advantages. The place is extremely spacious, all room types can be unlocked at once, and having a full-size kitchen, just awesome. That being said, Karen felt a little too big for its own good. The spaciousness is nice, but it also makes most of the ground floor look empty and unfinished. It also doesn't help that it used to be the home of a serial killer. It makes the whole place a constant aura of unease. No matter how many candies and soothing music and Bethesda tries to throw at the place. Overall, it's a nice house, and I can see why it tops people's list. But for me, Karen is far from perfect. Lindrow Hall has one of the best interiors and matched with absolutely the worst exterior in the video game. As soon as you buy this place and go to your new home, you'll ask yourself, is this it? When you see that the entrance is nothing more than a door carved into a cave. This may fit the architecture of the dweller, where the habit of hiding the great obstructions behind or underneath unassuming landscapes. But this looks a little too unassuming. Come in. Literally just a big metal door carved into the mountain. And don't even get me started on the lack of windows. The Village is one of the most spectacular regions in Skyrim, and the architects behind this place didn't even bother to place a single view out into the Rocky Mountains. Thankfully, the home's interior largely makes up for its shortcomings. Also, the only adjective that can be used to describe Lindrow Hall's interior design. A sense of grandeur, unlike that of any other vanilla house, is felt when walking through the halls of Lindrow Hall. With its stone and metal architecture, it may not be the best home in Skyrim, but it's certainly up there. I'd go so far as to say it's underrated. Firewatch is essentially a better Shadow's Sanctum. It's easier to access, has a more convenient design, and best of all, it's absolutely free and easy to obtain.
This seems definitely to be winning standing up pretty quickly here. Just a few more pieces, probably. And we're back to roll the team as coach.
It also has many features.
Time to probably need a team in points too, so but
fertile soil to plant ingredients, and it even comes equipped with a staff enchanter. So you no longer need to go halfway to Moral Leaves and climb a mushroom to use this crafting station. And at this point, my watch is an essential player home for the early game. And the only reason it's not higher on this list is because it only needs as a point to be utilitarian.
oh, Will Smith previous factors, nice, good.
While the bottom levels technically includes your spouse and children, can't imagine this would be all done great living in a glorified box. But the home is also not too far from Frostfall Lighthouse, which kind of sells the romantic fantasy of living in a tower in the middle of the tundra. Nevertheless, there's no reason not to get this house.
Refresh every day with Mentos Mix. And let's refresh.
Oh my god, there you go, boys.
These are basically like regular homes, setbacks are in virtually every single way. Minus the TVM is actually them. The worst of these homes is surprisingly good manner. Don't get me wrong, it's easily the most beautiful of the Hearthfire home plots, with its lush forest and a picture-like view. Just ignore the Necromancer's shrine off in the distance. But besides its beauty, Lakeview Manor doesn't have much else going for it. It's not in the most convenient of locations. It actually looks kind of weird to have a mansion in the middle of the forest. I can only imagine the flies and mosquitoes during the summer. Worst of all, the apiary this place comes with is completely useless. Just get a greenhouse ring and use that to harvest more honey, along with a plethora of other ingredients. So, while Lakeview Manor is a fantastic house on the interior and beautiful on its exterior, it leaves little to be desired in the utility department. Winstead Manor. Moving on to the complete opposite direction, both literally and figuratively, we have Winstead Manor. Easily the ugliest home plot, Winstead Manor is built on a damp and sad marshland, It's also situated in one of the more hostile areas in the game, leaving a lot to be desired and a cozy living department. Thankfully, the home mostly makes up for this with its fish hatchery, extremely useful deposit that makes collecting fish
Samuels on the roof. Oh, okay. Huh?
But beyond that, Winston Manor could only ever be the perfect home for those doing an equal playthrough. Good Samaritan sons, like you and me, should steer far clear of this location.
This guy's still a Worcester Patrick Roll before too. Oh my god, oh.
At least a good middle ground of sport and function.
You played 1,000 games, nice.
It's either the best or worst addition to a home plot, depending on how much you like baking. But even beyond that, Kaliakan Hall is at a central point of the map and close to a road, making it actually logical to build it there from a role-playing perspective. Overall, Kaliakan Hall might not have the hatchery or lush forest views, but it makes sense. And with how pedantic for immersion Skyrim fans are, what more could you want? Pendraheim. Pendraheim is one of the largest homes in the game, which is even more impressive.
This one is fired to 40.
An impressive array of weapon racks, crafting tables, and display areas. What's more interesting is the basement level. You glorified trophy room, but a specific display spots for all the unique weapons in the game, along with displays for the Dragon's Boots masks and
Playing very well.
These come standard with the anniversary edition homes. The entire country is very impressive, and puts your basket to shame with its grandeur. However, Pendraheim isn't perfect, even for the warrior. There's nowhere to farm. Many of the weapon racks are shrouded in darkness, but it's pretty out of the way, making it a chore not worth the effort for those playing the game in survival mode. That being said, Pendraheim is still one of the biggest and most impressive homes in the game, and the fact that you can have it all in exchange for sacrificing a fellow warrior makes it so much better. What's your manner? Remember what I've said for Winstead Manor to be perfect for an even through. Well, that place is a home fit for a schoomed-up necromancer, in comparison to Bloodchill Manor. Acquiring the manor is a little more interesting than most others on this list. Instead of running into this place on your travel, or simply buying it from the stewards, Bloodchill Manor is acquired via a letter from the previous owner, inviting you to a dinner party and your soon-to-be home. While the host is too dead to make it themselves, they did invite all of their friends, who in some way wronged the previous owner in their previous life. Did you survive the ambush of gargoyles and eliminate the surviving partygoers? Bloodchill Manor is yours. We've seen a lot of homes call themselves manors in the past, but Bloodchill is the only one that's deserving of that title. It's easily the most unique home on this list, with its unapologetically gothic theme that looks like something straight out of Skingrad. The home is littered with crimson carpets, curtains, and tapestries that should make anyone who isn't a vampire feel worried for their jugulars. But all this architecture wasn't an expensive function. The home contains all the crafting stations you'll ever need, a trophy room fit for a vampire lord, and even a complete children's room for the young ones. What makes Bloodchill Manor so high up on this list is the fact that it feels like a proper castle-style home. All areas are separated by rooms and joined by a main hallway, which might be a first for Skyrim homes. Combine this with an amazing introduction quest and unique architecture, and you have the quintessential player home for near to worlds. Some of the homestead. If Bloodchill Manor is the quintessential player home for your characters, then Total Homestead is the best home for the rest of us. There's a humble 7,500 gold, and this countryside homestead is only slightly more expensive than a fully furnished Greek's home. But that's extra 1,000 gold or so goes a long way. The homestead has virtually every crafting station in the game, including a bakery, a beehive, and even a garden to grow vegetables of your choosing. The homestead comes complete with a children's bedroom, an inside trophy room, and even places to store your dragon boots masks and bugs in jars. It also helps that it's located almost dead center on the map and near a stable, making it perfectly viable as a main house in survival mode. So, as far as high quality homes go, Thunder Homestead is about as good as it gets. Golden Hills Plantation. Might know what you're asking. If the Thunder Homestead is the perfect player home, then what could possibly top it? And the answer to that would be the Golden Hills Plantation. This once abandoned home is identical to the village traders and been copy pasted across the map. There's no unique style or accent, and the colour scheme dulled in Starfield's main quest line. So why the hell does it top the list? The answer is simple. Gold. Lots and lots of gold. Unlike other homes whose unique features are mostly cosmetic, Golden Hills Plantation lives up to its name. It allows you to plant, grow and sell up to 3 crops of your choosing. This might sound like a minor petition, but plant the right crop and you can earn thousands of gold per day from farming weeds and mushrooms alone. However, if you take the path of the alchemist and plant ingredients for expensive potions, you see yourself making upwards of 1,000 gold each day. The house itself is nothing special. Utilitarian is the best word I can use to describe it, but given that no matter your architectural preference, whether or not you're playing survival modes, or whoever you're trying to roleplay as, anyone would find Golden Hills extremely useful. And for that reason alone, Golden Hills Plantation tops this list. Skyrim is more followers than Fallout 4 and Starfield combined. Consequently, deciding to watch your back in the harsh wilderness might be challenging, which is why today we'll be ranking all of Skyrim's followers to see who's the best, who's the worst, and whoever's stuck in between. First, we have the outcast among outcasts, the D-tier. These bad excuses for followers are not only embarrassing to have around, but also be a liability more than anything else. First on the list is none other than the most hated follower in the game. Cosmac is a Breton warrior who's found in the Silver Blood Inn. Instead of consulting on the how bad of an employee he is for the local trading company, whose only admits that they would have fired Cosmac a long time ago had he not been the cousin of her assistant. Nepotism aside, Wayne's a good reason to hate this strong for hire. His stats are uninspiring, his level cap is low, and his personality is staler than a meat he drinks daily. All these factors give Cosmac the deserved title of worst follower in Skyrim. But, despite all this, I have to give this oak some credit. At the very least, Cosmac makes deciding who to sacrifice to Boeotia a very easy choice. If this list was based on kill stats alone, he would be at the bottom of the barrel. He has a comically low level cap of 20, a health force so low that a gust of wind could take him out, and a cocktail of skills that make him functionally useless in combat. The only thing keeping Bobby from the bottom of this list is his personality. Although silver tongue, but it's far less insufferable than Cosmac, and his quest to retrieve his ancestor's shield does add some flavour to Robbie's lore. Just make sure to never take this guy out of Khan's Grove, as even the idea of getting into combat with Robbie would make you drop dead. The Dwarven as a whole already leaves a lot to be desired. The Bearable is the definition of a missed opportunity. She's one of only 2 Bosma followers in the game. However, unlike her male counterpart, Bearable is completely useless. Her personality is less than that of a piece of cardboard, with a stature about as impressive as Starfield's facial expressions. These two facts in tandem with her minuscule level cap make for a remarkably terrible follower. At least she makes for pretty good fuel for my average rate. Ugor, Opal, and Locke. Although these orcs are technically different people, they're all equally bland and underdeveloped, to the point where they don't even deserve to have separate entries. The 3 followers can be found in the old camp of Lagerspur, and are unlocked after finishing the Cursed Tribe. That is, if they manage to survive during the giant invasion of their quest. It's a shame that Malachite ordered us only to kill your mom, because I don't think any of these 3 species deserve to be called warriors. Venom was to be the most pathetic character in Skyrim. This old boy hails from Mortal, although that's a pretty sad existence as is. Venom takes it a step further. He desperately wants to get into the Cool Kids Club and become a guard, even going as far as playing policeman and protecting the city on his own. But despite his boasting, not even the guards of Mortal think he's fit enough to join their ranks. And for whatever reason, you can recruit him as a follower after defeating him in a brawl. But with his low-level level cap and puny health, Venom provides nothing to get posse. The best thing you can do for this guy is to save him from his own embarrassment and sacrifice him to your favourite danger. Moving on to the 6th tier, these followers are what I call iconic, nor would I recommend taking them with you, but at the same time, these friends on demand are still a cut above the slop we had in the D tier. Although all of the followers in this tier are pretty much useless, without being unbearable, none of them became less useful after following you. Nobody except Talbot, that is. This dimer is found in Talmithia of Solstein. Aside from being the apprentice of Nell, Talbot also sells a variety of spells, except that stops being the case when he starts following you. It's a bit annoying, especially considering that many of these spells are pretty rare to find elsewhere. However, Talbot can be useful in the early game, as he has a static level of 25. But by the time you arrive in Solstein, you're probably far beyond that level. So, all in all, Talbot seems a pretty decent follower that has some pretty useless quirks. C-tip. Batman is not quite as bland as his Bosmer counterparts. As a matter of fact, he's quite a charmer. You get to see him join the ranks of the Dawn Guard alongside you, and in a faction as elitist as these vampire hunters are, it's nice to see someone still getting the ropes. That being said, Batman's level cap is laughable. In fact, it's so low that you'll likely be far beyond his maximum before you even meet him. So, as nice as you are, Admiral is standing in the C-tier. It might be a bit harsh to have on them so low on the list, but when you consider that you have Berliner and Jazaga to choose from, why the hell would anyone choose this guy? One of them has a minuscule level cap of 30, and a personality that just doesn't compare to the other two college members. Only is in flagship of the three, and although not totally in combat, it's pretty useful during the early game. But you know who's more useful? Jazaga, Berliner, and most other followers in the game. And since he doesn't have that interesting of a personality, only is just an aggressively average follower. Vorstag is a pretty decent follower, with nothing much going for him other than his scaled armor, which is a rare sight and admittedly pretty cool. But aside from that, Vorstag just feels like more clutter. There's nothing inherently bad about him, it's just that he's painfully missed. C-tier. But it's like everything I just said about Vorstag, except he's even more boring. He has an average level cap, average stats, average perks, and average armor. He's a spell sword, but when the only thing you're going for is a class, you know you're a boring character. C-tier. The choice of siding between Flamer and Sven is a question as old as time. But, unlike most philosophical questions, this one has a really easy answer. Sven has similar stats to his Bosmer counterpart, except he's worse in pretty much every way. He has a low level cap, offers no training whatsoever, and has a personality that not even his mother likes. The only thing keeping him from the D-tier is his class. Sven is the only bard follower in the game. Not only does this mean that you get to live under Geralt and Dandelion romance in Skyrim, but it also means that you'll be flexing his play balls by playing the fruit randomly. This can be a blessing, having a touch of ambience during a break, or annoying as hell, especially when he decides to play during important dialogue. So, although I wouldn't take him anywhere other than the Shrine of Boethia, he still gets points for at least being. This might just be the most controversial placement on this list. These initiates are two assassins, male and female, who manage to find an internship at the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. On the surface, they have everything you could ask for in a follower. They have an enormous level cap of 100, and the perfect stats for stealth playthroughs. So, what's the problem? Well, they're just not interesting. But like the Dawn Guard followers, these two initiates have no personality whatsoever. They have some of the most generic dialogue in the game, and don't even have a name for God's sake. If these two have unique names, interesting backstories, and varied dialogue, then they would have easily been in the S tier. But, as it stands, these two muppets could continue to be mistaken for mannequins for a little longer. Like most others in this tier, Standby is nothing special, but it's definitely the most special, nothing special follower there is. Sure, he has virtually the same level cap and stats as the rest of the Highlands, but at least he has some cutty remarks that make his personality somewhat entertaining. He also kind of looks like Kratos from God of War, which is something. Moving on. Actis, Rigger, Yardin, and Torvar. Though all of these companions are fine followers for the early, with a max level of only 25, they fall off quicker than Game of Thrones. I'm sure, two of them being expert trainers is useful, but it's not like you can't just get trained and send them on the way. They have little to no personality, except for Rigger, with a pretty subpar in combat. And for this, all four of these companions are in the C-tier. Adelaide is doing with points for having the coolest quest to unlock her. Could you tell me which other follower makes you sail to a pirate's island in the middle of the Northern Sea? Few other followers are as loyal to the Empire as her, making Adelanza a perfect follower for hardcore Imperial flavors. But, with all of that being said, Adelanza is just kind of useless. She has a max level of only 25, making her the third one follower in the game by stats alone. She also has no training, interesting dialogue, or merit to offer you, making her even more undesirable as a follower. Adelanza had the potential to be great, and the quest alone kept her from the D-tier, but I can't put her any higher than a sin. Goldie is as honourable as they come. Upon first meeting, he'll ask you for your help in stopping the necromancer and messing with his ancestral tomb. After the two of you put a stop to the sorcerer in question, Goldie opens up as a follower. And honourable as he may be, he's still a pretty average follower. Beyond the quest, nothing is interesting to note about Goldie. It's a decent choice for local players early in the country. But at accepted points, I would just ditch this guy. C-tier. Upon meeting Annika for the first time, you'll be flabbergasted.
Oh, Christ. Oh, wow. Fuck off. Okay. Ah. That was my goal, so